ஒன்றும் இல்லை இது டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு அன்றைக்கி பேசியிருந்தோம்ல நாளைக்கு கூட
Sir, please unmute your mic.
Yeah, I have unmuted.
Hello everyone, my name is Anim Khan and I welcome you all to Career Talk live webinar. Today we are going to talk about the role of coaching centers during the preparation of UPSC. Today we have Mr. Ganesh Subramaniam with us, who is a director of Ganesh IAS. And we are going to talk that how coachings are going to help the aspirants and what are the challenges apart from the studies aspirants face during their preparation. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Zarit.
Sir, first of all, I want a description about your academy and about you, so that our aspirants viewers can know more about it.
See, first of all, Ganesh IAS Academy was started in 2001. And we are a 21 years old coaching institute in Chennai, and we are the first coaching institute in Tamil Nadu, the first professional private coaching institute in Tamil Nadu. So this coaching institute was started with a vision to ensure that the coaching becomes a decentralized one, because at that time people were to go to Delhi in case they have to prepare for civil service examination. And for people from Tamil Nadu and down south, because I myself belong to a very small village in down south Tamil Nadu near Kanyakumari. So it becomes a distance was one of the main problem, even though people can afford to pay money. And there are several practical issues for people like us to come to Delhi. The food is the first constraint. The second would be the climatic conditions. We are not used to the extremes of Delhi's climatic conditions, like the deep winter as well as the very hot summer. So these are all the things which actually made me to think of starting a coaching institute down here, because the guidance and awareness was very poor and very low amongst the students of Tamil Nadu. So we started in 2001 with that view. And I, Ganesh Subramanian, as generally, I myself was a cadet. I prepared between 1995 and 2001, and qualified till interview, and was not able to make to the final list. And again, that was one of the main reasons for my setback in this system of competitive examination, was the lack of guidance. And after that, since 2001, I have started this coaching institute. I teach public administration, Indian Constitution and ethics. And I have authored a book on Indian Constitution and polity that is published by Pearson, wherein I have tried to give almost the answers for all mains questions. It's a book that comprehensively covers prelims and mains. And I have given answers for the questions up till 2020 mains. And it also has practice questions for prelims. And I've also co-authored a book, Indian Economy Key Concepts, Shankar Ganesh book, that is published by Medrahi. And Indian Economy Key Concepts, you all know very well. It's a very popular book. And it was first published by me only. And later I have given this to Medrahi. Now Medrahi will publish it. The last 5 years, Medrahi will publish it. And I have trained more than 25,000 students, of which more than 1,500 are in civil service. In civil service alone, as well as in state services. So I can proudly with head rise to say that wherever I go in India, each district, each subdivision, I have one of my students out there to count. And that's what that is what I can tell about me. Nothing much.
Thank you so much, sir. I mean, you have really initiated a good work. Like it was, I guess, important for the students, those who are preparing for UPSC. It's difficult for them to travel here in Delhi. Sir, I want to ask few questions regarding the preparation. That many students ask that what is the need of the coachings, like whether we can prepare at home, or what kind of role coachings can play in the preparation of UPSC.
See, basically, when it comes to coaching institutes, By the way, excuse me, have you recorded? Because it shows record for me. I don't have to record, right?
Yes, we have recorded.
So basically, when it comes to coaching, see that I can split this question into two. One is whether the candidate can prepare without the support of a coaching institute on his own. Second, in case a candidate is taking or seeking the support of a coaching institute, what difference the coaching institute can make? For the first question, I would definitely say that the candidate can definitely prepare on his own, provided he has a good understanding about what this exam is, provided he has a good understanding about the volume of preparation that is required. The subjects are very voluminous. In case if you take civil service examination, you have in general studies, you have almost everything. You have to study history, geography, and so that requires a balance. If a candidate is capable of balancing it, then obviously he can prepare on his own. Similarly, if the candidate is capable of assessing the competition, if he is able to create a mental picture about what the All India competition would be, then again he will be able to prepare on his own. Fourthly, the coaching depends on the optional subjects that a candidate takes. For instance, if the candidate is choosing a subject in which he or she has graduated and they are good at that, when I say good at the subject, it does not mean the academic performance. It's about the conceptual understanding, the understanding about the fundamentals of the subject matter, and ability to comprehend the questions if the questions are asked in a twisted manner. Then obviously the candidate can prepare on his own. Supposing if the candidate is seeking, coming to the second part of the question, if the candidate is seeking the support of the coaching institute, what role can coaching institute play? At the very outset, let me tell you, we all know what an athletics is. Right? In an athletics, always the athlete who runs and wins the medal. But why does the athlete wear the shoes? The shoes will help the athlete to push his pressure, enhance his pressure, absorb the shocks, reduce the pain, so much so that the coaching institutes can play. The role that coaching institutes can play is comparable to that. See, basically, when a candidate comes to a coaching institute, the coaching institute gives him an atmosphere. He comes and sits with his fellow candidates. That gives him a sample space for assessing, okay, fine, I'm sitting in Chennai, or I'm sitting in Hyderabad, I'm sitting in Bangalore. Wherever you are sitting, when you go to a coaching institute, you get a sample space of candidates. With whom are you going to compete? And how their capabilities are, what kind of preparations they are making, and what are the different subjects that they are opting for. So which is popular, which is scoring, and where am I? And there will be a sample space to assess and gauge his performance as well. Secondly, the coaching institutes will have teachers who can assist the candidate during the course of his preparation, because the teachers travel with him. Basically, when it comes to preparation, it is not only about study. Generally, we have a wrong perception that preparing for any examination means you have to study. Studying is only one component of preparation. Studying is academic preparation. It's a major core area of the academic dimension of preparation. There is another dimension of preparation called the psychological dimension. And there is another dimension called the competition dimension. How much is a competition? What will be the acuteness of the competition? Because it varies from year to year. So studying part, yes, he can do on his own. Because it is he, the student, who is going to determine how many hours a day he has to study, what kind of, what length of study he can sit, and what facilities he has, and all those stuff he can decide on his own. Even in that academic side, the coaching institutes have a role to play. For instance, if the in general studies for that matter, no candidate can be good at all subjects. There are candidates who may not, we can divide the candidates into two. One from humanities side, the other from science and engineering, technology side. People from humanities side may not be good at science. People from science background may not be good at humanities. For example, economics may be a problem for somebody. Somebody may not like history. Somebody may not like constitution. For many, constitution could have been a very new subject. So those areas, the fundamentals, the doubts, and those clarifications will be done by coaching institutes, because the coaching institutes will always have teachers to assist you. Similarly, a competitive examination does not mean only studying. A competitive examination requires the candidate to go for practice tests. And that practice test coaching institutes can assist you. The coaching institutes organize dedicated tests. They set question papers for you. They conduct the test. They evaluate your paper. And whenever you have problems in that conceptual mistakes or any knowledge-based issues, that can be always bridged by the coaching institute. The teachers are there out for you to help you. Similarly, the tests are very important, because when you appear in the test, sometimes depending upon the difficulty of the paper, or depending upon the limitations that you have upon a particular subject, or your own lacuna in studying, might be breaking your morale. So whenever your morale is broken, the psychological damage comes into the picture, and where the teachers can always empathize with you, because many of the teachers in the coaching institutes have also undergone the process of civil service examination, and their foothold upon the examination is very good. So they can empathize with you more than your parents or friends and relatives. Similarly, this preparation is a lengthy preparation. It's a kind of a marathon. 1.5 years a candidate has to sustain this energy and fire. At the meantime, there are other social pressures. When a fresh graduate comes, he or she might have left a job, or might have not attempted the campus interview. That could create a social pressure. Right? And how will you overcome these social pressures? You require somebody to empathize with you. You require somebody to give you solace. Coaching institutes can give that. Therefore, coaching institutes don't wield a magic wand, making it to making you IAS and IPS officers. They are like the shoes in the hands of, in the legs of an athlete. It's an athlete who's going to run. But the coaching institutes will play the role of the shoes that can absorb the shocks, that can improve your pressurization, that can reduce your pain, and thereby enable you to success. Similarly, in a marathon race, you will understand there will always be a prompter. The prompter will be running in the outer ring. So he covers longer distances than the athlete himself. The coaching institute teachers are like that. They cover the longer distance. And they'll be in the background. And it is you, when you win, you are going to get the medal. You are going to be rewarded. You are going to be awarded. But they are going to be behind you, lifting you up. So they are the invisible hands, like how John Maynard Keynes said, the economy will be balanced and lifted. They are the invisible hands, they will lift you up. So coming to coaching institutes will definitely give you an edge over your other competitors.
Very insightful, sir. I mean, you have even covered my second question, that what, apart from the academies, what challenges students face during their preparation. So very well you said that they may have some demotivation, they may get demotivated, sometimes moral breakdowns. So yes, sir, but when students come to the coaching, they have certain expectations, maybe a wrong expectation. What would you suggest, that what should they expect from the coachings? I mean, sometimes they feel it's like some miracle powders that they can have and drink it and they can become IAS next day. They come with this thought.
So many a time this is a myth.
Yes.
See, this is a myth. Like there are several wrong perceptions about the exam as well as coaching. Many times students believe that, or students have a perception that joining a coaching institute is enough and they will take care of everything. Definitely not. See, coaching institutes, as I already told you, we do not wield any magic wand to make you IAS or IPS or IRS. We cannot do that. It's your efforts that's going to make you through the exam, see you through the exam. But what we are going to do is to enable you. We are facilitators, we are enablers. So what you can expect of the coaching institute? Number one, you can expect the coaching institute to improve or facilitate you through tests, through concept clarification. More importantly, the teachers must be traveling with you. They should be part and parcel of your travel from the day one when you start preparing till you land up in Missouri. So that's what you can expect. Where the teachers, you have to choose a coaching institute, or you have to expect, what you can expect is this. Don't expect them to do something that is impossible and untoward. Many times people think that coaching institutes are capable of doing many things. It's not possible. So what you can expect is, expect the coaching centers to conduct tests for you. Clarification of doubts is very important. See, when you are not writing tests, you are not preparing. Basically, your preparation should begin with the tests only, previous year questions as well as tests. So what you can expect, the core thing, what you must expect out of the coaching institute is the tests. More of tests and more of doubt clarification sessions, rather than another important perception. What I normally come across is, students normally think that when will you complete the portion? Will you cover the syllabus? Basically, there is nothing called a syllabus for civil service examination. And the syllabus what UPSC gives you through its notifications only indicated. Whereas the questions come from different areas. So it's always better to go for discussion. So the second thing what you can expect of the coaching institute is discussions. Debates and discussions regarding the subject matter, be it general studies, be it optional subject, that is more important. And third thing is, you can expect, what you can expect of the coaching institute is to transform your personality and make you a better personality to sit before the interview board, because the preparation itself is a personality test. Basically, the personality test that is being conducted by the UPSC after the mains written examination is only a kind of confirmation. So you can expect the coaching institutes to transform you. Observe yourself. Are you transforming? Whether your attitude is changing, whether your thinking process is changing, whether you are given an analytical bent of mind. So basically, what you can expect of the coaching institutes at the prelims and mains level, the tests and discussions, doubt clarifications and conceptual clarification, where the teacher will travel along with you. And thirdly, your personality transformation. These three things you can expect. Rest all other things, I think, are all misperceptions.
All right. Sir, sometimes it happens that a very serious candidate, some very serious aspirants, they prepare very hard but could not make it to, they cannot crack the exams. So what are your solutions? What other better career options they have for themselves? Because they feel so demotivated that, we have heard that people commit suicide or do something bad to them, harm them. But from your perspective, when a student comes to your coaching or any coaching, how he is going to transform himself, I mean, during the serious preparation?
Yeah. See, first of all, when it comes to preparation, every preparation is serious preparation. When the candidate himself is not clear about whether he wants this or not, my gentle or kind advice would be to quit. Because if you have to start your preparation, if only you are serious about your goal. If you fix that this is my goal, then you have to be hell bent on that, and you should not leave any stones unmoved. When you have the clarity about the goal, right? When you have we all watch. I watch wildlife videos quite often, and we also in the NGC and the Discovery Channel there are many videos. You can see how a lion hunts. Out of a herd of buffaloes, the lion will not randomly go and hit anyone. The lion clearly marks which buffalo, singles him out, then he hunts him. Similarly, every hunt is perfect, and not every hunt is successful. One of the statistics says that it is 17%. It's only 17%. Out of 100, only 17% succeeds. And the rest all other they fail. Therefore, we have to understand that part. The same logic applies to civil service examination or any other competitive examination. So we have to have the clarity that, yes, that is my goal. Anyway, the lion has to eat. He has to quench his hunger. He cannot die. He cannot starve and die. So the same way, you should have the burning fire inside. When the fire is burning inside, you should never allow that to quench. For that, the clarity of your goal is very, very important. If you are very clear about your goal that you want this, that's the first step. Secondly, when you are serious about your goal and when you have very high clarity about your goal, there is very less chance that you will be deviated. Right? You will not be, you will not be deviated by flimsy comments or the social pressures that comes across to you. Where, if at all that is going to affect you, then the we teachers are there to help you out. We will help you to get out of that. We will help you how to filter it. You should not get, prey to, you should not fall prey to any such flimsy comments that the society generally makes. The same society which makes this kind of comments will come to you once you become an officer, begging before you or comes to you for help and all those stuff. So forget about that. You always think about the goal. I'm sorry. The second part of the question I missed.
What if they didn't succeed? So what are the other options? Like what career options they have?
Now, see, why is civil service examination kind of examinations are held so much? Why do we conduct this kind of career talk and all? Why we have so much of coaching institutes? It's all because of the glory that its result is attached to. Here, in a competitive examination, success is uncommon, whereas failure is very, very common. So you should understand that first of all, and first of all, accept that reality. That's the truth of the game. Accept it first of all. Here, success is uncommon and failure is very, very common. Because success is uncommon, that is why this examination is failed. And many people are coming towards this because of that reason only. So when you understand this, your mind is relieved of a big burden. Then you can focus on improving your knowledge, improving your skills, improving your analytical abilities, and transform your personality. Let me ask you a simple question. There are so many coaching institutes in India, and how many of them are run by academics? Almost 95% of the coaching institutes are run by people who have appeared in this exam. And out of 98% of the teachers who teach in these coaching institutes are ones who have appeared in this examination, who have had an experience of this examination. Very few academians are successful in coaching. I already answered your question. This coaching business itself gives you quite a lot of career opportunities. You can be a content writer, you can be a question setter, you can be a paper evaluator, you can be a teacher, you can start a coaching institute on your own. So many opportunities are there. This is into this field. Right. Out of this, sir, this is a very quite normal thing what you're talking about, and I don't want this. I don't want to be into this field. I want to get out. Okay, fine. There also, just imagine you as an employer, imagine yourself as an employee. What would you expect of an employee if you were to recruit? You'll be expecting a candidate who wants to work very hard, a candidate who wants to put in his efforts relentlessly, who can work overtime or any number of hours, any length of time without becoming tired and falling fatigued. And you will be expecting him to have a multi-dimensional knowledge. That's exactly what civil service examination will give you. When you are preparing for your prelims or mains, it's very easy that I'm very sure that any serious candidate will be easily sitting for 10 to 14 hours a day during mains. So sitting and concentrating, sitting with focus and concentrating on the studies for 14 hours is not an easy job. And that tells you that you are a very fit employee. And second, what are the subjects that you are studying? With broad outlook. The general studies gives you very broad outlook. And there is nothing that you left by you. Be it history, be it geography, be it environment, be it economy, whatnot. So your knowledge, you know something about everything, which means you will be able to create a connect with anybody in the market, and you are the fittest employee. And your personality test and the different dimensions of the knowledge and the preparation for general studies transforms you into a kind of a personality who is someone who will be grabbed by people, employers. Maybe initially it would be difficult for people to fill up their biodata. The resume building could be some problematic, but otherwise quite a lot of opportunities are out there. And I know in Chennai and all, many organizations look out for civil services mains candidates, particularly if you are not qualified after your interview. You get opportunities in many private organizations. Apart from that, there are so many openings in the government also, that the Rural Development Ministry, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Sports, they also take up so many, candidates who have not been recommended after the interview. And there are certain areas where only the mains candidates are expected to apply. Apart from this, there are pretty much other examinations like the provincial public service commission examinations, as well as parliament secretariat examinations, state assembly secretariat examinations, which are less popular. People don't know. So we are more obsessed with civil services, SSC, and banking. Those areas are also. So if a candidate is very serious, he'll be transformed, and for sure he will get into the civil service. If the system is unfortunate, then the candidate may not be able to get into the system. And for him, market is out there, it's wide open.
Helpful. Sir, last question from this webinar. What a candidate or student should expect from your coaching Ganesh IAS before enrolling?
From the coaching institute, from my coaching institute or in general coaching institute?
Yeah.
In mine. See, what we do is, whatever I told you is exactly what I'm giving to the students. See, normally what I do is, the examination is conducted in the order of prelims, mains, and personality test. But we train you in the reverse order. Transforming personality, improving your knowledge, wide knowledge, and zeroing down to prelims. So this is what we exactly do. And our focus will be more on tests. Then we'll be focusing more on, we try to connect we try to encircle the preparation by three different tools. One is the previous year question, second is syllabus, and third is current affairs. Right? Whatever you do, that is encircled by these three aspects. So syllabus has to be evolved by every candidate. We help him to evolve. From the UPSC syllabus, we help him to evolve, because some of the candidates may not like to study economy. Some of the candidates may be finding it difficult to study science. So we have to help them according to their nature, counsel them. So we try to create them a syllabus. Then we try to relate it with the previous year questions, so that we discuss the previous year question and tell him what is possible, what is not possible, what is to be done, what is not to be done. After that, we try to relate it with the current affairs, so that his preparation becomes complete. So these are the methodologies that we follow. That's what we do to the candidates.
All right. So I guess we have almost come to the end of the program, and this was a very wonderful, insightful session with you. And I wish all the best to all the aspirants, those who are studying in Ganesh IAS.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Zarin. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for giving us time and sharing this webinar. Thank you.
Yeah, I must thank you also for the time. Thank you very much.